The time has come for the black majority to come together, unite, and take over political power.
Well, the reason why I actually left South Africa, it's very wise. Someone said to be forewarned is to be forearmed. And I left because of a lot of threats, physical threats.
You guys must get someone who, with courage, to just do a documentary about Cyril. Cyril didn't attend Mandela's inauguration because he was angry at Nelson for not putting him as a deputy president.
There was an agreement between ourselves and Ghana that the current migration-related challenges will not stand in the way of South Africa-Ghana bilateral relations.
Well, the reason why I actually left South Africa, it's very wise. Someone said to be forewarned is to be forearmed. And I left because of a lot of threats, physical threats. It's as bad as where I was living in the suburb. There's a guy in the petrol station, they call it garage, told me, he said, come 30th, you will see a different me. This is somebody I buy petrol from. So we had a conversation and someone was talking, it was just a young guy, and I said, no, leave that young man alone. And then he went into, you call me a young man, but come 30th of June, you will know I'm not a young man. I would make sure that I sever your hair. He was saying things that how he would unalive me and do some stuff to my family. And I was warned by my then landlord, and he's a Zulu guy, very, very nice guy. He was one of the people in the struggles in apartheid. He was even on exile. He told me, he said, these are the few rotten eggs. And I was warned to leave my house. But that day I felt it was just God. I went to my cousin's. I wanted to see where he was living, the new place. And the next day morning, two Malawians that were next door were unalived. One was mauled, the other one was hit with bricks. I actually went there to look at them. I couldn't, it was a gruesome scene. I couldn't really, the police were there, the Metro police, and they told me that I would be next, that it will come and destroy my house. So I had to. It was because I sell cars. Of course, I had two vehicles, and I had a house I went into mortgage for about 2 years now. So I had to sell. One was vandalized, and the other one I had to sell cheaply just to get my family to my in-laws and get my children back to the in-laws and my wife to a new apartment somewhere else, which I didn't disclose. Even the movers, like the U-Haul movers, was someone from a different suburb I had to bring so that the people from my suburb don't know where my wife went to. She even called me now and said she is being also questioned and saying, why did you marry a Nigerian? So the reason why I left was basically because of life-threatening messages. Even on Facebook, they go as far as my Facebook to say, if I don't leave vertically, I'm going to leave horizontally. I'm going to live in a body bag. A lot of threats that were physical that I couldn't handle. So I had to take my life first and come back home, because home is the right place where I'm supposed to be. And I left everything. The house I abandoned because, as you know, when you pay mortgage and you need to continue paying, I had to leave that because my life is more important. The car, my properties, each business that I had, even the car stand where I used to go display my cars, I had to abandon the place also. Every single thing from zero. As I'm talking to you, I came home empty-handed.
With regards to the question you have asked, what do we make of the continuous deluge of criticism from Ghana and the statement that the African Union chair has made? Indeed, I was in Ghana 2 days ago, and on behalf of President Ramaphosa as a special envoy, where I delivered a special message. There was an agreement between ourselves and Ghana that the current migration-related challenges will not stand in the way of South Africa-Ghana bilateral relations. It does not impact the Ghana-South Africa bilateral relations because South Africa and Ghana have got long-enduring good friendship and relations. And they said they are raising this matter to give South Africa also an opportunity to explain itself with regards to what is currently happening in the migration issues. And I think it is in that context that President Mahama raised the matter from the video clips I've seen and the newspaper articles that I have seen. So we did explain. One of the issues that also was raised was that all countries have got a right to enforce, it's within the sovereign state to enforce immigration laws. Immigration must be regular, must be orderly, in line with the protocols of the AU, of our own SADC. It should not be a disorderly immigration. The challenges we have and face is irregular migration. But the points that they are both raising is that even when there is irregular migration, it will be dealt with in a human way. It will not be dealt with through people taking the law into their own hands, which is what we have seen now in the isolated incidences in our country. And that we have said as a South African government, we condemn. We do not promote any private citizen taking the law into their own hands, and we call for law enforcement agencies to arrest any perpetrator who takes the law
The time
into
has
their
come
own.
for the black majority to come together, unite, and take over political power. The reason why we're here, comrades, is we're responding to that command by our president to go out and forge unity amongst all progressive forces in this country with the sole purpose of taking over political power. So the reason that we're here, comrades, is that it's not because we love each other. We're here for a reason. And the reason is assuming political power, so that we can use that political power to liberate our
Just do a documentary about Cyril. Cyril didn't attend Mandela's inauguration because he was angry at Nelson for not putting him as a deputy president. Because the Oppenheimers have been touting him that he will be Mandela's deputy president. The Cyril has been self-seeking, and he has been saving the Oppenheimer and the Minel family and all of them with loyalty, and not now. From the 70s. From the 70s, Cyril has been working with these people. Cyril went to establish a new NUM, a union of mine workers without being a mine worker. Cyril has never been a mine worker. Cyril has never been underground a mine. He went to school to do law. When he came back, he served as a legal officer in the Oppenheimer family. Then there was a commission of investigating black workers' conditions or something like that, which came with recommendation that unions of black workers must be recognized. Upon realizing, the Oppenheimers, that now these people are going to be recognized, they're going to cause a problem, sponsored the formation of the NUM. For some reason, he found himself in the UDF, then in the reception committee of Nelson Mandela. So when Mandela walks out of Portsmouth prison, you must look at that video. You don't know whether Cyril is a bodyguard or what, but he's there giving the car direction. By the wall is the one who's holding the mic. This guy is infiltrating Nelson. When Nelson arrives, sleeps one night in Soweto, and then comes back comes to Johannesburg. With which money? From where? And then he stays in the Minel's family house. Now, the Minel are one of the big mining families in South Africa. So when you say he stayed in Minel's family house, you're thinking, oh, maybe it's a complex. Same house. He meets Minel's children on the passage wearing gowns. Minel's child, when Mandela passed on, said, we used to see the names we see on TV at our house because these people used to come there and meet Nelson. He moves from Minel, he goes to Sexen Hotel. He moves from Sexen Hotel, he goes to Houghton. We who have been working, we have now been to prison. When we buy houses ourselves, we get questioned, how can Malema buy a house in Sandton? Mandela bought a house in Houghton With which money? Why did Mandela get money to buy the house? This one, Cyril, was at the center of compromising Nelson. So if there is anything that white establishment and the Oppenheimers in particular have on us, is Cyril Ramaphosa.
So then, would Paul Mashatile be a better candidate for you?
Well, it's not a better candidate. It is
more acceptable?
No, it is the ANC to make that decision. But Cyril's relationship to what we have now as a country, as a problem, he's deep-rooted into it. The Oppenheimers are forming a political party every day in South Africa just to upset the system, because in their reading of situation, they like the EFF is going to emerge and pass the DA and merged with the ANC. They've got a majority. It's undesirable. They write there in their website that no, this is not it's not a desirable situation. So what do we do? Let's fragment the black vote. What are the things that you look at in financing Rise Mzansi? Because that guy has got no history of mobilization of anything except being an editor of a newspaper. You give such a person 50 million and you say, no, it's donation. It's not donation. It's a formation of a political party. And then there is that lady who was a speaker here in Johannesburg.
Sarah.
Mutuno Anansanuru is doing Sarah. We wake up in the morning, Sarah has got posters. Poster. Correct poster. It's very expensive. Where did she get the money? She was struggling here with us in Johannesburg. Then you've got Herman Masham with no idea what he's doing. He gets given 15 million, every 20 million. All these monies of different political parties, including the DA, come from one family. And then this family just divided around their individual granddaughters, the daughters, and then they distribute it as if it's their individual money, but it's one family. Why? The Oppenheimers are the people who formed the political system in South Africa. Actually, the Oppenheimers were members of parliament when parliament started in South Africa. So this was designed by, all of this that we found was designed by them. Then they took a decision to get out and to do business. Now they feel they must still control a political space. At the center of that is Cyril. Whatever happens, Cyril must continue this. All the problems we had, Guptas and all of that, that's fine. Cyril wins to be a president of the ANC. Everybody who had a BEE deal, which has nothing to do with Zuma, has got nothing to do with Oppenheimers, on the basis of what you are bringing to the table, you have been accepted in whatever company you may think of. When this guy came, all those guys were dismissed. Were dismissed. Today is very difficult to find a black African millionaire, because if they had a stake in this coal company which was supplying Eskom with coal, they are taken out. Why? We don't need you. We've got the president. The president is on a speed dial. And then you want to subject us to that another 5 years of that